Michele, it's so good to be here, and thank you so much for inviting me into your home. This is an incredible place that we're going to be talking about, as well as your experiences. And but to begin with, can you introduce yourself? What's your name, and who are your parents and your husband and your children? Can you give us an idea of what your family's like?
So I'm Michele Trahan. My parents were Daphne and James Higginbotham from Church Point and Crowley and Badsville, Eunice area. I have two daughters, Bethany Trahan Bryant and Cameron Trahan.
Great names.
Yeah, 29 and 25 years old. I can't believe it.
gosh.
We have two grandbabies, a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old.
That's-
Amazing little children.
Yes.
And we own Red Oak Farm.
Own Red Oak Farm.
Yep.
All right. So,
My
and
happy
I
place.
see something happening in your eyes right now. Tell us about what is Red Oak Farm and why are you doing it?
I actually can't believe we actually live here. We passed it for years being in love with this place because we lived 10 miles
Further
down the
down
road
Tom
at our
Abear
previous
Road.
house
Okay.
on Helms Road before we lost our home
Got
to the
you.
hurricane,
Okay.
Laura.
Yes.
But this was just, from the road was just like, oh gosh, what a great
That's-
little place. What a great
yes.
little place. It had little mini horses in the front. My husband's best friend's uncle actually owned the place. And
Oh my goodness.
I don't know, there was just always something about this place. But I also lived in my absolute dream home. So there was no way,
You were going to move.
no way I would have ever moved. I
Yes.
just was in awe of this place. Never,
Yes.
ever would have
Thought about it. It was just not a nice
we
picture.
lived in a trailer, saved for 15 years to build. My husband built me my absolute dream home.
That's
Well, one day we're sitting at the house and my daughter's friend was over, which is a real estate agent, and we were talking about it. I don't even know. I think we were talking about the mini horses, and she said, well, this place had been for sale for 9 months. And she said, well, I can get y'all in there to look at it. And I'm like, okay, we just wanted to see. So I'm like, oh my gosh, we're so excited. Like the whole family literally loads up
Oh my
and we come
God.
over here and we get to that first oak tree right here in the driveway. And I lost it. I cried the entire time we were here. Like
Oh,
something
what
I
was
can't.
it about? I mean, you can't explain it.
The only thing I can say is I just looked around at all the different areas and she had it so beautifully manicured. The lawns were beautiful. It was just beautiful.
Yes.
And I just say it was like a slideshow, and it makes me cry every time. It was like a slideshow going through my mind of everything I could do with animals and kids that I was
Yes.
kind of doing at our other house. You know, I had started breaking into that
Sure,
with grief
yeah.
therapy, and just I saw it, like I
It came
saw
to
it.
you right there as you were coming up the driveway by
Right
the first
there.
oak tree.
And I cried the entire time. And my
That's
kids were like, Mom, like it was something I just sat. There's a little pergola over there. I just sat and cried and just, I saw it so vividly in my brain. Well, guess what? A month later, we lose our house to the hurricane.
So that was 2020.
And I was
Laura.
like, okay, Mama. So the weirdest thing happened after that, though. So then my husband secretly works out a deal to buy this place for me, my second dream
way.
home.
What a husband.
But then once I got here, I was mad at this house because I had to lose my dream. It was the strangest
gotcha.
set of emotions I've ever felt. For a
Yes.
long time, it still didn't feel like home. I
Yes.
wouldn't hang anything on the walls. I wouldn't decorate.
Okay.
I was so sad. But then my wonderful husband that he is, we rebuilt the house that got tore up. It was a whole top story that had been taken.
Gone, yes.
And it was our youngest daughter's whole top. It was all of her things,
Gosh,
all of her
course you would-
clothes.
Yes, okay.
Sucked out. No telling what happened to all her clothes. So it was all her area where she lived. Rebuilt it. We couldn't decide what we were going to do. Tear it down,
That's
sell the land,
amazing.
sell the house. You know, it was just months and months and months of turmoil.
Yes.
Finally, we were like, my daughter was just so attached to that house. There was
Yes.
just no way we could ever envision someone else being there.
Yes.
So he had it rebuilt, and she lives there now.
What a
So
beautiful
finally, I was
circle.
like, okay, this is my house
Okay.
now. This is my house. And I would never
That's
call it home. I would always say the farm, the farm,
Yes,
the farm. I would never
yes.
say home now. I'm like,
Yes.
okay, I'm ready to go home.
So you said you didn't want to do anything to it. What was the first thing you did?
First thing, what was the
You
first
remember?
thing?
Was it an animal? Was it a painting?
Oh no, that was my husband. My husband filled this place up with some animals real quick.
Got you,
But
okay.
for the hurricane, we lost all our fences at our other house, and then Delta happened right after that.
Yeah.
I brought a cow and a goat here during Delta.
There we go.
And so, and then my daughter sees on Facebook, hey Mom, Red Oak Farm, we lost feed trailers, everything you can imagine you need for animals was gone. Our neighbors at the other property had land that we moved the animals to. We didn't have near what we have here now, but we moved them a few miles down the road. My daughter said, Mom, it's on Facebook that Red Oak Farm is giving away feed and buckets and this and that. So then I come over here and I see Mr. Gene, and I remembered Mr. Gene from years ago, and I'm like, of course I break down crying and tell him who I am, and he was like, oh my God, it was y'all that came and looked at it. Why didn't y'all tell me? So 2 times in a month, after all these years of being obsessed with this place, I'm back here.
That
and then
tells
Delta
you
happened.
something.
Then Delta happened. I'm back here again. I'm like, okay, this is just uncanny. It was just there was just something. And that's when my husband and Jean hit it off. They worked out the deal. We moved our RV here, bought the place. Still lived in our RV, so Mr. Gene and Miss Deborah could live here because he was in a wheelchair and couldn't get in a camper. So we let them live here till their house was ready. And it was just wonderful. He cooked every night for us, and he's passed away now, but that became a friendship.
What a great
that
way,
was just
I'm sure
really
you gave him many,
you know, and so that made them feel good about who their home was going to, you know, so. Just
y'all became more than the buyers. Y'all became family.
Absolutely,
absolutely.
Just very, very.
What a story! Oh my gosh!
I know. It's just.
Well then, yes. Okay.
Yeah. So this, and then for this to turn into what it's turned into, I couldn't ask for more.
What can you tell us, people watching? What has it turned into? What has it become?
So. For me, it's just everything I could ever ask for. I had previously said I had started grief therapy at our other home with family and youth counseling. Is it okay to say that?
Absolutely, yes, yes.
So family and youth counseling has Good Morning Gang, MOURNI. So it's for children that have lost a parent or a significant.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
They're going to find out about this.
Through Shannon Cox Counseling.
I know Shannon. I knew Shannon. She was one of my students. So that
I was seeing a counselor at Family and Youth, because after years and years as an adult, you start processing things and realizing things, and things start making sense of and So I started seeing Dr. Carr, and she said, you just get so happy when you talk about your animals. And I was like, that's the only happy thing I had as a kid. That's where my attention went. And then to nurse a sick animal back to health and just see that result, and just to see something, happy to see you when you get there, when maybe mom and dad wasn't in that mindset to be happy to see, just that animal was because my brother and sister were older than me, and I was kind of like an only child at that point.
Got you.
And so she said, would you be interested in hosting a group of our kids with the Good Morning Gang? And I'm like, absolutely.
How many animals, what animals did you have
at
that point?
So at the time, we had Clyde the cow. I think we had 3 goats, a horse, we had 2 llamas, we had the mini horse, 3 mini horses. And then the chickens and the ducks and the turkeys and the birds.
Plenty of those.
We had plenty, but not near
what you have now.
What we have now. And I was hooked that very first time.
Imagine. You saw them, you saw their experiences.
I heard. And a lot of the kids that I see now, I don't really know what's happened to them. I just know it's kids you see on the news that have been through the most absolute horrible thing they could ever be through. Of course, your heart just breaks for them, and you can kind of relate to that feeling, and you don't ever want any kid to feel that feeling. So I thought, if I could open up my farm with all these animals that need all the extra loving that I can't do every day all by myself. What else is there better to do? Why not do that? Because I can remember the handful of experiences I had as a kid that somebody made me feel like, oh, this person cares. So I want that kid to be like, this woman cares about us. This woman, this farm
is. So you are that for them, this farm is that for them.
I try to be. If that 1 hour that they're here once a week gives them happiness and something to look forward to. Because as a kid, I had nothing to look forward to. So,
do you have a certain schedule of? I know the St. Nicholas Center came last week. Do they come every month or something like that?
People message me on the Red Oak Facebook page.
How do they find out about it? There's a Facebook page?
Word of mouth and on the Facebook page. And I don't charge for anything that I do.
Who do you invite? I mean, it's anyone who's had, some kind of childhood experience that was some abusive of an abusive nature.
Right.
And
So most of the kids that come, like I said, I don't know what what has happened,
Sure.
but it's going to be a sexual abuse, a physical abuse,
Gotcha.
a death. It's going to be
Yes.
something
It doesn't
traumatic.
have to be abuse, it just has to be something traumatic.
Something traumatic.
That happened
Not
to them.
necessarily abuse.
Yes, okay.
And they're not verbally letting that out in their talk therapy sessions.
Got you.
So they come here, they had an idea, pet therapy, and you know,
course,
all this
yes.
kind of, it had gotten real popular in the news, and they thought, let's
Yes.
not, you know, why not try? And 4 years ago, we're 4 years strong.
Yes, until for you, that's wonderful. Until I met you, I knew about this, the connection with childhood trauma and horses, and riding horses and taking care of horses and stuff. But this is the first time a kangaroo, a zebra, a camel,
Because it's something
emus,
just so different.
It is
and
very much.
Our animals are so socialized
Yes,
that
yes.
the kid doesn't have to be afraid, because a lot of times kids go
Exactly.
places, and some of them are, you know, which
Yeah,
rightfully
they will.
they
Of
can
course,
be.
they're wild animals,
But then
yes.
after their first couple of times, they're like,
That's so good.
a lot of these kids are city kids. They've never collected eggs, you know, so I let them
Yes.
collect eggs, and I, you know, kind of, as much as my knowledge that I have, I just try to teach them about the animal. And so that gives their therapist something to talk about and opens up that,
Maybe some
that path of
communication that can
communication.
happen.
Yeah.
When they get here, do you have, again, a schedule for them, or do you just allow them?
It's their hours.
It's
They
their hour.
tell me what
Okay.
to do.
I want everybody to know
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
That's
No,
beautiful.
and I tell them that.
That's
I tell
excellent.
them when they get here, because it ranges from 3 years old to teenagers. So,
course,
and I tell
yes.
them, I'm like, hey, I don't know what you're going through.
Okay.
I know it's not something great. I went through some not so great things too, so I can sympathize. What do you want to do? What is our agenda for today?
I heard you had a kangaroo or something.
Do you want to bottle feed a kangaroo? Do you want to brush a guinea
Oh my
pig? Do you want to
gosh.
learn how to put a saddle on a horse?
What an
Whatever
incredible
they want. And
experience.
a lot of them just want to visit every single
Yes,
one.
you want to see them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so for the horse therapy, that needs to be more focused on working only with the horse.
Yes.
You know, not
Oh,
bouncing around.
Right, yes.
We're so
There's
diverse
so much, of course,
that we don't
yes.
focus mainly on equine.
Okay.
It's more of just pet animal therapy.
Yes, yes.
And touch, like
Yes.
that's why my guinea pigs are so great.
My
They
guinea
hold
pigs
them
and the pig
love
that you
on
have,
them.
the
And
hog.
Millie, the pig,
Millie,
is so
I mean,
wonderful.
just a precious.
She is a wonderful asset to
Very
us, and
much.
we have a little goat back there that's great
That's
too.
also
Little
good
Fireball.
with-
His name's
okay.
Fireball. So yeah,
A great
so
name.
It's, all of our animals, really, and people that come, they're just like, wow, like your animals are just like they know.
Yeah.
They do.
It's like they
They-
know where
they
they
get
are
it.
and they know what they're here for.
They do.
Which is amazing.
And even my vets that come out, they're amazed at what all I have together. They're like,
Yes.
how did
That
you?
yes.
How did you manage this? And I'm like, it's something that I can't explain. Like, I have this sixth sense when it comes to animals, and I can read their little personalities, and I know
wonderful.
who's going to get along after watching them for a few days.
That's a
I
gift.
know who can be together. It's,
Yes.
So my vets are just like, so your
That's
farm animals are your pets. They're not livestock. I'm like, no, they are my pets.
Yes,
If they could all
exactly.
fit in my house, they would be in my house with me. And we've had quite the array of animals in
I
this
can
house.
imagine, yes.
It is a true farmhouse.
That's beautiful and
Yeah.
wonderful, and it's just, like you say, you don't charge anything, they come for an hour, they get to do whatever their
Whatever makes
heart
their
tells
little heart
them.
happy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Gives them something
What
to
a
look forward
wonderful
to.
thing. That's what you're doing now, and you kind of alluded to a couple of times, you know, your own story, and
Yeah.
and how you are able to relate to many of the children who come here. Can you share whatever you feel
Yeah.
like about your journey from childhood to now, and
Yep.
how would you like to
Just
explain
not a
that?
happy home.
Okay.
Dad was an alcoholic, bad alcoholic, abusive, beat my mom almost on a daily basis. There was always something she didn't do right. And, you know, as an adult now and being married, what breaks me down so much is, gosh, she went through that by herself. She didn't have friends. Her parents lived in Basile. She didn't really tell them a whole lot. So now I see it as an adult. I can't imagine
What
that was like. I just, and she was She wasn't an RN. She worked in a hospital. She did staffing. She did, all these, things in the hospital.
More on the business side than nursing.
Yes.
Okay.
And tried. I mean, she didn't make a whole lot of money. I mean, she did the best she could.
Yes.
And then my dad, of course, fell out of a deer stand one day drunk, broke his hip, and never worked again. And that's when things just really.
Exactly.
And that's about the time that my brother and sister kind of were not there, so they didn't.
They didn't
see,
experience as much of
they
it.
didn't. They had their fair share, but it toward the end got awful.
Yes.
Awful.
Okay.
He shot her when I was little. She survived the shooting. Me and Eric moved my mom out one night in the middle of the night. He was going on a bender.
Yes.
Moved my mom out. My husband's grandmother had a trailer park, moved her into one of her trailers to get her to safety because at that point I had moved out at 16 years old because it had gotten so bad. And then I was like, she was terrified to stay by herself.
Of course, yes.
Moved her out. He comes home and is like, I'm gonna kill you if I ever see, that whole thing.
Yes.
He showed up at the house. We went the next day to get more stuff out of the house for my mom. It was me and Eric, and he busted the windows out of Eric's truck, and we had to jump a 6-foot fence and go to the neighbors to call the cops, and he was like screaming, if I ever find you, I'm gonna kill you. And so it was just things like that all my life, just.
Now you talk about them as was that they passed away.
Yes, my mom passed away 13 years ago. And my oldest daughter's 29. My dad passed away 3 weeks before I had my oldest daughter, so 29 years ago.
29 years, okay.
We hadn't been in contact in maybe 3 years, so I get a phone call 3 weeks from delivering. I get a phone call and it's Eric. My mom had Eric call me. He was like, "Hey, your dad's in the hospital dying." And I'm like, "Oh, whatever."
Right.
That was the most horrible thing I've ever seen. Yeah. Cirrhosis. Oof.
Okay. Yes.
He was green. Like the color, he looked like Jesus. His hair was long and curly, and he always kept his hair very short. He was a 356'2", a huge man.
Wow, yes.
He had withered down to nothing. He was bones with this big swollen stomach and this glazed over look, and I was like, whoa, my dad's dying.
Yeah.
He died about 15 minutes after we all went and saw him.
My gosh.
And I still kind of feel bad because we left the room. We didn't want to be in there with him,
Yes, yeah.
But once that hits you, then it's like,
yes,
my mama can breathe. So how's that? To be relieved that your parent died.
For your mom. Well,
because I can remember it wasn't long after we moved her out, and it was a beautiful day outside. It was cool. She had the windows open in her trailer, and we're sitting there, and the window fell. He had discovered where she lived. He would leave things on her steps. So she was scared because, of course, she knew where she was at.
Yes.
And the window fell, and she dove on the floor thinking he would shoot at her again. So, it's hard to,
Yes, yes.
But she could live the last, I think she probably lived another 15 years after that in peace.
In peace.
She lived
y'all
in one of our trailers rent-free. She could do what she wanted with her money for the first time in forever. And lived right down the road from us at the time. But it's still sad. It's the torment he put us through because of what he went through as a kid too.
Yes.
So it took a long time for me to get to that mindset that that's what he lived. His dad beat his mom.
He just showed
that cycle. Cycle.
Yes.
And they say girls look, they go after guys like their dad, and Eric could not be.
No. Thank goodness.
Neither one of us have ever done an illegal drug. We don't drink. We may occasionally drink at a party.
Right. Yes. Okay.
So my purpose of this is you can get through whatever you're going through, and you don't have to turn to drugs, you don't have to turn to alcohol, you don't have to be promiscuous. And I think what kept me from doing that is my grandma, my mom's mom in Basile. They were such amazing Christians and had us in the church when we were there, and there was nothing I would ever want to do to disappoint them. So that kept me. I would never want to disappoint my grandpa.
So that's what motivated you.
That
was one of the other questions was how, there's so many responses to what you just described. What was it about, and it's your grandmother and
100%.
The nurturing that she
Sunday
showed
school
you.
teacher, we were in church, little old Baptist church in Basile. There's no way I would ever want to disappoint them. And then even when they passed away, I'm like, they're watching.
Yes,
I'm not going to do that.
That's wonderful.
And I wanted to be able to be truthful with my kids if they ever asked anything.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie to my kids. I want to be 100%.
Yes.
So there's nothing I've ever done that I can't tell my kids.
That's wonderful.
And
Yeah,
I was, you know,
grandparents.
that's hard. That's a hard.
It is.
Like a lot of people cave to that and try to numb
Yes.
that
just
pain.
hide it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all that does is make things worse.
Exactly.
Because I've seen it.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
No, it's possible.
That's.
I don't know how I haven't lost my mind yet, but.
Well, your grandmother and your husband
Yep.
and your children.
100%.
So, and your pets.
Yes, and I think that's another reason why I have the animals. It's because of what they meant to me as a kid also, but they keep my mind busy. Because I think if my mind were to be idle, it goes to that.
Yes, yes.
You know, and let's not
and
go
maybe
there.
that's what people
I don't
need
want
to
to go there
hear.
anymore.
Right. That's what maybe people need to hear is, you know, stay active, stay
I have a
busy,
purpose.
rest.
You have to have a purpose.
Wonderful.
Your life has to have a purpose to get you somewhere.
Something to bring comfort and
No
joy
matter what
to
that
others.
purpose is.
Right.
I don't care if you're delivering newspapers. Your purpose is to get that person their newspaper. You know,
Exactly.
and that's what I tell my kids. I don't care what you do as a job. I want you to be happy in your job and do
That's
the
what
best. I don't care if you're a ditch cleaner. You're gonna be the best ditch cleaner anybody ever saw. You're gonna be the, you know, but it's gotta make you happy.
Yes.
That's
yes.
I have too many friends that are miserable in their job because it's a lot of money.
I know.
That ain't where it's at.
No,
not
definitely
at all.
not.
And even my husband right now, that working, it's time to slow down.
I mean, yeah, from what you described, he's an amazing,
it is time
not only is he
to-
in law enforcement, but he does many other things.
Yes, so it's time to.
Just amazing.
Down.
Yes.
But you
if
know,
he's able,
that's
if
all
his
he
heart is
knows,
there,
but,
you know, I mean, that's where, yeah. Now, what exactly has your husband done with the animals, especially? I think you mentioned something about that.
He brings them here, but oddly enough, he's a little afraid of them.
Oh my! He does it for
loves
you.
them. He does it for me. He
That's
knows I love
beautiful.
it, and he loves it. He thinks it's so cool, but he is a little timid. Like he's even scared of the ferrets. When I had the ferrets, he just sounded like,
Oh my God.
But he loves them good, and he knows it makes me happy. He knows, he sees what it does with the kids that come here. We do a lot with our church here, and just. I don't know. He's made it all possible.
That's
like,
wonderful.
He has worked and worked and worked. No matter what, me or the kids or anybody, he makes it happen. And I don't know how he does it.
That's amazing. Both of y'all are just, this is incredible what y'all have here.
Yeah.
What you're doing and he's doing.
Yeah.
Just amazing. So bless y'all and thank y'all
Oh,
very
it's hard.
much.
Oh, I couldn't
But,
imagine doing anything else.
Now, the support and counseling that you've received since then, can you help us understand a little bit about the significance of it and the helpful things that it did for you?
It just opened up so many doors of what I'm doing now, and then helped me understand that I'm not crazy, you know, because
Yes.
as an adult, and you, of course, when you become a mom and you go through postpartum depression, you know, you just go through all these different stages, and then losing so many people that we lost throughout our life, and tragedy, and just it all starts to compound, and
Yes.
you kind of get just withdrawn from everything, and I could feel that, and
Yes.
so shocked. I started seeing Dr. I don't even know how I got in touch with Dr. Carr. And me and my husband both went through counseling with her. And when I tell you, and then passing, just they help you understand that you're normal. You're going through a lot more than a lot of people have ever gone through. Like at one point it was prolonged grieving, and of course PTSD, and there's just so many different things. She said, you're perfectly okay to be feeling that.
Yes.
So for somebody to tell you, you're allowed to have those feelings.
Exactly.
You're like, okay, so I'm not just.
What a great doctor.
Oh,
That's
she's
wonderful.
amazing.
We're going to make sure that
She is wonderful. Candace Carr is amazing.
Yes. Okay.
And then, you just hold on to anger and this about this and about that,
Yes.
because we're human. We hold on
Of
to
course,
anger.
yes.
I didn't want to. I didn't want. I'm not that. You see, I'm not.
Yes,
I'm not.
I know.
I'm not a person, and
Yes.
I still just had this until I passed a church one day, and it said, "Those who anger you control you," and I was like,
And that just
"Nope,
rang that bell.
like that.
And, that's perfect.
Not be
And
angry."
the person who put up that sign to that church.
Yep.
I hope
need
they
to
know
go
that.
to that church.
I hope
know.
they
I
know
need to be
that.
like, you know what you did for me.
Exactly. That's
Definitely.
beautiful.
And then it was just like, okay, I gotta work on this. I gotta work on this. Gotta stop being so angry. Gotta stop hollering at whatever. Just.
Yes. What was the most significant? Was it Candace Carr the most significant part of your journey through that time? Was that where the most powerful part was with her.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Right.
And then her making me realize that I do have something special with animals. It was her that pushed me to write my book. It was her that was like, no, you can do this, because I struggled in school, of course, as you can imagine, because my brain wouldn't rest about what was going on at home while I was at school, and went to summer school every year because I was horrible. So I always thought I was stupid. My dad would tell us we were worthless. So you believe that when your parent tells you you're worthless.
Yes.
So for me to write this little bitty book was the first time I actually felt proud of myself, and she was a lot to do with that.
Yes.
Like, I was like, whoa.
That's wonderful.
I was able to do that.
So not only a farm, but you have a book. She gave you the idea, or how did it come to you?
How it came up is I would tell her different little things that had happened, and they were all so funny. You can't make things up that happen on the farm. And I would tell her about this and that, and she was like, you need to write a book. And 2 weeks later, we were at downtown at sundown, I think it was, and somebody was like, you need to write a book. And I was like, okay, you're the second person that told me that. And they're like, no, I'm serious, you need to write a book. And at the time, I was cleaning houses, kind of fell into that after Hurricane Rita, and did that for years. And so that thought would kind of pop in my brain, I'm like, I guess I do have some pretty funny things. But when I started the grief counseling, or not counseling, but the grief visits with the little grief therapy kids, that's when it all
when it solidified in your mind. So this is
I remember which house I was vacuuming when I was like, if I come up with a name, then I'm going to write a book.
And you remember. What is the name of your book, Michele?
Where I was at, remember whose house I was vacuuming, where I was standing in her house when the name just popped in my head. It was Your Mama's Not a Llama, in question form, because llamas take care of a herd that they did not give birth to, just as foster parents do, because a lot of these kids that are in the trauma and the grief have lost their parents, so a foster parent is raising them.
Wonderful. Great title.
And then, some of these kids are angry that come, and we had at the time, we had an angry sheep, and he's in the book, and they just he needed love and attention, and it just kind of all came together in this little bitty book.
Good.
And then I'll, of course, get them printed and lose them in the hurricane.
Yes.
Which I'm working on. I am going to have some more books
There's going to be some more, yes.
I'm going to print some more.
And maybe by the time we get this edited, they'll be ready. But thank you for that. Definitely the book. I can't wait to get one.
I think it's really key.
You kind of alluded to this also as we were talking about this, but in addition to, of course, as you made your way through your childhood traumas, you also had some things happen as an adult that were very difficult. Whatever you would like to share, or nothing at all, what would you be able to tell us about any of that may be able to touch someone who has been through the same?
There's been so many, and my trauma response is to blank out a lot of things. And I probably told you some stuff the other day that that's just something I'm working on.
No, I
that memory
understand.
Blackout is
absolutely.
But the death of Eric's mom. A year after we got married, and we took care of her as she was dying of cancer, and that takes a toll.
Yes, it does.
A person.
That's an everyday.
It's but an honor,
Yes, it is. Yes.
I mean, she took me in when I needed a home.
Right. So an amazing.
She did so much for me.
She was your second
whole
grandmother.
Family. I mean,
basically.
just amazing. And his whole family took me in like I was one of their own. And it wasn't long ago I was sitting there on the way like, wait a minute. They're not even my blood people,
yes.
But they make me feel that way.
They are, yes,
and
yes.
A lot of them were like, hey, Eric, we would dump you and keep her. So they have been amazing, but the loss of her and both of her parents now. And my husband's father, my father-in-law was killed in a plane crash with 5 friends.
Yes.
And it's always just been bad stuff. And my uncle killed my grandmother drinking and driving. My best friend committed suicide. It's just one tragedy.
One after the other, but
finally we get our grandbaby we waited for so long.
Oh my gosh.
And has had 2 open heart surgeries at 3 years old.
Okay. How old is the grandbaby
He's
now?
3. He'll be 4 in January.
Okay.
So to watch your daughter, oof.
Yes, yes.
So that's your baby, worried about her baby, and there's absolutely nothing you can do.
Yes.
So it's just like losing our house to the hurricane. It's just like, okay, when does it stop? When does the tragedy stop.
Yes.
But Owen is wonderful now. He's amazing.
That's fantastic.
He has a little brother now that's almost 2. His
Oh,
name is
my
Baker,
gosh.
and they're the best little things that could have ever happened to us.
That is.
But yeah, whew, he gets me. But we have we have a foundation here in Lake Charles. I don't know if you know about the local Heart Foundation.
No.
Tim and Tammy Andreas.
Okay.
And they are angels on earth. They found out about Owen. I think he was 3 days old, and they found out about what was going on because they kept saying it was his lungs, and Bethany was like, "No, it's not. I know it's not."
Wow.
And a good friend of hers that she babysat for when she was in college are very good friends with Tim and Tammy Andreas.
Okay.
She told them what was going on, that it was heart. They paid this foundation. They had to be in Houston for a month in a hotel, and they paid all the expenses. This foundation stays right here in Lake Charles. Their money that for open heart surgeries, for lodging, food, you name it. They are amazing. Absolutely.
That
and Bethany is now on the
truly-
board for the local Heart Foundation. They have been, of
Yes.
course, we would have done what we could to help pay for what they needed.
Yes.
But to have that weight off their shoulders,
Yes, exactly.
I mean, whoa.
That's amazing.
That
So the
is
Heart Foundation.
It's called Local Heart Foundation.
Local Heart Foundation.
Yes.
Thank you.
Amazing foundation.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
You're teaching me many things. So
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. The only other thing, and I think I didn't, I sent this question to you, but you know, as a theater artist and a retired professor of theater, I always like to ask people if a play were being done about your experience, what's the one thing that must be included in that play from your experience?
I think what I hone in on is the substance abuse that did not occur. I could have easily turned into an addict to escape all that.
And your choice
Yes.
of not doing
You've
that.
got to stay headstrong.
Okay.
And I remember being a little kid, knowing what my life was going to be like. Like,
Okay.
my life is going to be nothing like that. My
So-
children will never.
It's a matter of telling yourself, no
Yes.
matter what, my life
And you
will
can
never
do it.
be
You
like
can
this.
absolutely do it. You
Okay.
can get through it without chemicals in your body. And
Yes.
there's going to be somebody there that you're going to find.
Yes.
That's going to make your dreams
Your
come true.
purpose is finding something better.
Finding something
At that-
better
at
and
that
setting a goal for yourself.
Yes.
I mean,
Goals,
I
absolutely.
knew. I have honestly lived my life like I thought I was going to do as a kid. Like, instead of worrying about playing with baby dolls, I'm worried about my kids will never, ever, like still to this day, the sound of a Coke can or a beer can opening.
Yes.
My dad drank a case of beer a day. So that popping at that top, I cannot.
Yes, of course.
And then, you know, who would think, you know, but that's part of that PTSD.
Yes.
And you would never know that he had drank all that beer, but one sip of hard liquor, and that's when it got dangerous.
That's when,
Yeah.
that's when it happened.
But I think, like you said, there's happiness. There's a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. I mean, you just gotta will yourself. I think that is like,
That's
just divert yourself from all the distractions. Like, I started working at 14 years old. Didn't stop. I worked at Mr. Gaddy's in the mobile kitchen
my
at Contraband Days, and I wasn't even old enough to be working, but I would go help because my best friend that has since passed, her sister worked there, and we'd go help her. Like, I needed anything to get out of that
something
house.
and then you left at 16.
Left at
so-
16, and then started
okay.
working full time at Mr. Gaddy's.
Yes.
Like, I took on everybody's
Of course,
shifts, and I was
yes.
there. My manager actually walked me down the aisle. And he was Eric's
That
neighbor.
is-
He was Eric's neighbor across the street.
Oh my
yes!
gosh.
I mean, come on. So that had a lot to do with keeping me.
Yes, okay.
Because I was determined that, you know, so I worked, and I had somebody ask me this weekend, you know, when you go on a girls' night, and I'm like, no. I don't. I'm sorry. I've been with my husband since I was 16. I don't know.
Yes.
We never did the bar scene. We never did all that. We were work, babies, you know.
And that's what's building your heart.
Absolutely.
And so that's what you need. So
I'm like, I don't need a girls' weekend. I got my best friend.
Yes. So I guess one of the final questions, and I sent this to you afterward. I'm hoping that at some point someone who has your strength also contacts me about telling their story that's similar, a traumatic childhood. From your perspective, what's a question that you think I should ask them about based on what you've experienced? Is there a question that you would feel like would help them?
I'm just curious, like, does everybody feel the loneliness that I felt?
Okay.
That was a big thing with me.
That's a great question, definitely. So absolutely, I will. I'll make sure. But Michele, what you have done here with Red Oak Farms, you and your husband, is just miraculous. It's wonderful. It's incredible, and I just hope as many people as possible take you up on your invitation and come here to see this amazing place. And I hope it helps for generations to come.
I hope it reaches the right person, for sure, because you can see it. Even adults that come, that bring their kids that need it.
Okay.
They're just like, oh, you know, it's just, you know.
Okay.
And
thank you.
Sometimes I don't even realize it because it's my house and I just do my thing every day. But
you know,
sometimes it's a while in between visits, and then I'll have somebody come and they're just like, whoa, you know, and I'm like, okay.
And how can they get in touch with you?
Through easiest thing is our Red Oak Farm on Messenger.
Red Oak
Farm in Lake Charles, because there is another one up north, I believe. But Red Oak Farm in Lake Charles.
Lake Charles, Tom Mayberry Road.
That's the easiest. Because I'll check that at night or sometimes first thing in the morning.
Wonderful.
Sometimes I'm not by the phone because, of course, all this takes a whole lot of my time.
Yes, I can imagine.
I'm quite busy cleaning up after everything because I do it by myself.
Yes, but yeah, I can understand.
It's great to like, this is the work and the expense of it all is so worth it.
Well, thank you very much for sharing this, and as I said, to be continued, but an amazing story, and I know it's going to help so many people.
Yeah, I just want people to know it's nothing to be ashamed of, and turn your mess into a message.
Yes,
for sure.
Love that. Yes,
for sure.
That's wonderful.
Yep, and trauma into a testimony. There's all these things that I've heard people say that I'm like, yeah, you're right. You know,
any of those would definitely help someone. Thank you, everyone, very much, and thank you, Michele. And just let us know if you have any questions and would like to learn more about what we're doing or what Michele is doing at Red Oak Farm. So thank you all. See you next time.